Hey, everybody, and welcome. We are live on the air, and I am here in our studio in Bellevue, Washington, and Nick is currently down at, where the heck is he? He's in Long Beach, where he's going to give a remote call into us and stream. We're going to stream as it happens down there. Now, according to Nick, there's about 500 people there at the premiere, and they're all on, I think, 2 Wi-Fi networks. So this could be not great. But the good thing is I have all the specifications which are about to be revealed, and I'm not one to break embargo, so you're not going to see those yet. And I also have pictures and video as well, too. So even if we can't see what Nick is seeing, we still have all the information. I mean, and this is 15 pages of information about the new car. So, of course, I'm Ryan Douthit. I'm the producer of Driving Sports TV. Been doing this for 15 years. We actually used to do live like every week for a long time, actually, prior to YouTube, like around 2004, 5, 6. We were a little early. Give a shout out. Where are you located from? Who's with us today? Love to see, find out who's watching. I see there's quite a lot of you, actually, considering this is our smaller second channel. This is always great. I put live on its own channel because the live experience is so different from, oh, I got to be careful with that. Can't show anything there. Because the live experience is so different from our regular produced content, which of course we produce 1 to 2 TV length videos a week. At least that's our goal. Who we got here? We got Matt O from Spokane. I just drove from the other side of the mountains back here. I was building on our test facility there. Colorado in the house. Somebody is in the GR Corolla right now. Oh, are you Jeff George? Are you actually in? Are you actually in Long Beach right now, or are you at some secret, undisclosed location? Nick Walter from my town of Kirkland, Washington. Like that's where I live, actually, Kirkland. Although our studio here is in Bellevue, it's a whole 10-minute commute for me. Let's see: Rhode Island, Georgia, Australia, Connecticut, New York, Vimeo. Wait, you're calling from Vimeo? Did they secede? Are they their own nation now? Ohio, Los Angeles, Boston, Charlotte. Okay, I think we get it. Everybody's in the house. That's great. So we got, oh, who's calling? Is that, oh, Nick's calling? Let me a second. Let's see what he's doing. Nick, we are actually live. So 1 second here. I'm going to go ahead and put you on the screen because you look kind of terrifying there in that red shimmer. 1 second, everybody. Second here, Nick. I need to get your audio piped over to the live stream. And everybody, pardon if you're going to hear a little bit of static here as I switch over to Nick on camera 2. And boop, and there we go. Whoa. Okay, you might need to turn your volume down. It's like a party in there. Are they going to run copyright music again, like usual? Am I going to have to mute you for that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, it's typical. I'm going to turn your mic down a little bit there. You're a little hot. Oh, look at that. We actually have a live stream from location.
How are we looking, Ryan?
We're looking great. This is fantastic. Can you hear me okay?
Okay. I can hear you fine. You kind of cut out every once in a while, and I'll probably cut out here. It looks like we got 11 minutes. So
11 minutes remaining. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, this is cool. So for those of you who, I'm going to turn down Nick's audio just a wee bit here.
Hey, Ryan, real quick.
Yeah, what?
On the production side, do you want me to set up a second camera just filming or no?
No, don't worry about it. You got all day to shoot it tomorrow. Well, you don't have all day, but you have tomorrow. By the way, we are streaming live right now, so...
Yep. They can hear our secrets.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go set my stuff down real quick. I'm gonna set you up, and I'm gonna go set my stuff down.
Okay, that sounds great. We're just gonna go ahead and keep Nick streaming there best he can. Hopefully we don't get where we're gonna get too nauseous here. Let me let me switch away from Nick just for a moment while he's getting his stuff put together over there. So for those of you curious how we're going to be doing this, Nick literally is calling in with a video call, and I am streaming it here live out of the studio in Bellevue, Washington. I was supposed to be there, but I have family coming into town this weekend, and also this is actually how I prefer to do live. Being able to do live from a fixed studio and then bringing in the remote is just so much better of an experience, in my opinion, because this event, like Nick had told me earlier, there's like 500 people there right now. Maybe there's not 5, maybe he's exaggerating slightly. But sometimes things don't work out very well. So this way, we got all the details, we got the high quality stuff, and you got me with the microphone, which works pretty nice. It is so exciting to see everybody show up for this. What do we got? We got 6:20, so we got 10 minutes until the unveiling of this this new car from Toyota. Is everybody sad about the STI not coming out? And I feel kind of bad because when we did the WRX review, Subaru specifically said, by the way, the STI is coming. Just wait for it. So, of course, we said that in our video because people are like, that's what we were told. But then, of course, as it turns out, they've now decided they don't want to make one. And the interesting thing here is it's like, I mean, did they see this and then decide maybe we can't compete? I don't know. We'll get the numbers here, the hardcore actual specifications, in just a few minutes. What do we got there on that countdown? 8:52, 8 minutes to go. How many people here own Subarus in the comment section? Anybody? And how sad are you that the STI was announced to not be coming out in this generation? Personally, I think that it's probably... I mean, we're kind of at the end of combustion in a way. At the very least, there's going to be a hybrid boost. Hybrid boost is great. You get the benefits of electric, you get the benefits of gas, and, you know, I'm not saying they need to go full electric, but I think an STI with a hybrid boost would actually be a good thing. You know, you basically get 100% torque from 0 RPM, which is why electric cars are so much fun to a degree. Too bad most of the electric cars don't handle very well. An STI on Rays. I think that just Miata _ just said, my neighbor owns an STI on Rays. I think most owners have Rays, don't they? Let's see. I'm going to show that. Cool. Okay. I don't know. I don't see Nick actually. Oh, there we go. He's now showing the floor in my monitoring feed here. So we're not going to cut over to him quite yet. Oh, he's now showing his camera back. Okay, well, he's obviously not ready for this yet. We got, 8 minutes. So I've been driving all sorts of fun things. I can't believe how many videos we have queued coming up for our main channel. Let me just see. Let me just tap into what we got coming up here. Let's see. Currently in the queue. So Saturday, we're going to have our review of the Tacoma TRD Pro, the 2022. And we did take it to our test site. This is the very first time we've ever taken it to our test hill. And then a week later, we have the Tacoma versus the Maverick. We went on a little adventure for that one. I also filmed the EQS 580, the Mercedes Electric, which we, of course, have the first driving review of the BZ4X. I was just yesterday in San Diego for that, and I just got back last night. I have a review of the Civic Si, the BMW X3, the Mach-E GT, and then Nick actually filmed a review too, and we're still working on that one, but he filmed an RX 450H as his very first review for Driving Sports TV. So hopefully we'll be able to get that out fairly soon. Yeah, pricing. So I see everybody is starting to talk about what the possible pricing is on this GR Corolla. And, I mean, it's... I mean, where do you price something like this? It's limited edition, probably. I mean, I don't imagine they're going to make as many as people want. I mean, it's a GR product. I mean, I don't know. Actually, it just seems like everything is limited these days, right? I mean, like, just nobody can just go to a car dealer and buy a car right now, and that is so strange. Times are weird, man. Really weird. So we're going to cut to Nick. He's got 5 minutes. I'm watching that countdown clock in the studio. So we got 5 minutes to kill here, actually, before we switch over to Nick. We'll switch over to him like 3 minutes right before we get going. I don't know if it's under 30,000, as Jas Neo is hoping. That would be pretty awesome. I might have to buy one. Now, it's kind of interesting. Now, everybody, I think most people know that Toyota owns a minority share of Subaru, which is why you end up with products like the GR86 / BRZ and the new Solterra / BZ4X. So I'm kind of wondering, is there any Subaru technology in this new vehicle that's going to be announced? That would be an interesting thing. And as everybody's like guessing specs, does anybody want to hypothesize? Is this going to be front-wheel drive only? Is it going to be all-wheel drive? Is it going to be front bias all-wheel drive? Or is it going to be a hybrid and they're going to put 10 horsepower to the back and call it all-wheel drive? What do you guys think? For those of you just catching up, just logging in, because we have a whole lot of people that have jumped on. Ooh, Anthony, you seem to really know exactly how much this costs. Anthony is suggesting $37,000, $42,000 with options. Okay. So for those of you just joining us, I'm coming from Bellevue, Washington, in our studio. This is Driving Sports TV's live channel. This is our smaller channel because we just started it earlier this year. If you want to catch full reviews, adventures, all that kind of stuff, go check out our main channel and be sure to subscribe. On this channel, we just kind of do stuff whenever. This is live, and when we have an opportunity to do something good, we do it. We're not out here like jamming stuff in to be like, oh, we got to have bunch of silliness. I am here in the studio down in LA, not in LA, sorry. Well, it's kind of LA. Down in Long Beach, Nick is live on location, and I hope Nick actually puts his camera up because I'm looking at him. He can actually hear me, by the way. I'm hoping that he puts his camera up so I can see what's going on. How close are we? Oh, my goodness. I hope their Wi-Fi doesn't crap out. We still got a picture. We got 2 minutes, 38. I'm going to go ahead and throw over here. Let's go ahead and switch over. Oh, boy. I'm going to have to watch that audio on Nick's side, though. Let's kind of turn this down a little bit. I'm just going to turn his audio all the way off. We don't need to be doing that. So, Nick, you're now live streaming, so make sure you keep the camera up and don't make everybody nauseous. There. Looking out for you guys. And I have muted your audio so that I'll turn up the audio right when they start actually doing something. Good job knuckling your way to the front. Does everybody else see in this live stream donuts on the floor? Were they practicing donuts? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. So he's filming at the same time. Good job, Nick. Always love to see somebody working hard. It's like you're there. You're like a cameraman in the first row for everybody watching. Okay. Everybody's excited here, right? Going to turn up Nick's audio to see if we have anything going on here. Nick, why are you filming at 1/200th of a second?
Well, I'm trying to get some slow-mo, but...
Right now, you can't. There's no bright. It's too dark in there.
Oh, right. Yeah, what they usually do though is right up there.
Yeah.
There's a trillion lights that they'll turn on. You can see they're all pointed.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's gonna bathe the stage. Okay, well, good luck with that. This is all. That shot's not critical to what we're doing right now, anyway. By the way, we have 400 people currently watching live, so this is cool. I like this. Thanks everybody for joining. Okay, so we have Joe Boland is guessing it's a 1.6 turbo, 3-cylinder at 300 horsepower. Everybody wants to know what's up. Everybody has a guess. I am guessing. Oh, we got 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going to cut over to Nick, and I'm just going to sit here and watch. We got your audio up. Unless there's music, that's not. I don't want copyright music.
Techno playing.
That sounds like generic techno. I don't care how excited you get. Keep that camera steady. We don't want to get people nauseous. Thanks, everybody, for joining. This is fun. Oh, here we go. Sorry about the audio quality. We can't do much about that. Somebody was asking about the official live stream. I don't think they were doing one. Anyway, back to this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Did not expect to see Rutledge Wood, honestly.
welcome everybody, and I'm so excited to be a part of tonight's show. You know, as a gearhead, there is no place better to be than in a world premiere of a new Toyota Gazoo Racing sports car and the Formula Drift season kickoff. Now, just like when our friends at Toyota are car fans too, and from what I've learned, they're on a mission to show the world just how serious they are about these GR sports cars. They're out there creating new legends in Toyota's design studios, garages, and factories across the world. Heck, even Akio Toyota himself gets in on things when it comes to earning a GR badge. So, let's hear more about that from our friends at Toyota. First up, we have Vice President of Marketing and Communications from Toyota Motor North America, Mike Tripp. He gets the fun job of showing off this hot new ride. And we have the chief engineer of this new GR sports car too, now Yuki Sakamoto. He's going to answer a few questions about his baby. So, let's get into it. Mike, come on up here and serve these folks what they came here for. Thanks to all of you for joining us right here in Long Beach and around the world via live stream. As Rutledge said, we're here this evening to introduce a new member of our Toyota Gazoo Racing family and to celebrate car culture at the Formula D season opener. You see, we believe drift racing truly captures the spirit of GR sports car, pushing the limits of performance and handling. At Toyota, GR isn't just a badge. It's a mindset, an ethos that's all about achieving the highest levels of performance. It's a way of thinking that goes back over 6 decades when Toyota first entered motorsports. Even then, a laboratory for advancing the quality, technology, and performance of our production vehicles. And Toyota Gazoo Racing applies that very same approach to vehicle development today. The GR chapter of our sports car saga began in 2007 when our global CEO, Akio Toyoda, shared a vision that went beyond the track. He wanted to build on Toyota's motorsports legacy and ignite a passion for driving across our company. So he started GR as a road operation. In fact, they didn't even use Toyota in the team name. And Akio himself raced under the alias of Marizo. He assembled a group of Toyota employees, race team members, professional and amateur drivers, and they went to work developing race cars. They tested them at tracks like the world famous Nürburgring in Germany and Fuji Speedway in Japan. And as the team raced, they pushed cars to the limits and overcame setbacks, making engineering breakthroughs that led to better performance. In the early days of GR, their work influenced a car that now enjoys legendary status, the Lexus LFA. And their approach was also used to develop the first generation Scion FRS. Now their activities became official in 2015 when the Toyota GR Racing Company was formed. And since then, applying their learning to production. 3 years ago, we introduced the first GR badge sports car here in North America, the GR Corolla. It was the return of the legend with raw power and eye-catching style. And just last year, we brought out the second generation 86, which also earned its GR badge. With dynamic handling, complemented by a boost in power and torque, it's generating a lot of buzz. You see, we believe this recipe of leveraging 6 decades of motorsports, including success in the World Endurance and World Rally Championships, combined with reasons passion and involvement throughout, has a lot of merit. Which is why we're excited to be expanding the GR lineup once again this evening with the world premiere of the latest GR sports car, one that drives with untamed energy.
Hello, I'm Jordan.
Only come from Toyota GR Racing. Check this out.
Now, normally what Toyota will do is they'll, in the middle of this whole thing, the car will come out. So we should see it here any second. Yeah, sorry about the audio. I mean, literally, it's a bunch of people packed into an auditorium, and we have no control over that. I'm expecting the car to come out any second. Any second. Come on! Let's get cut to the chase here. And then we'll send Nick in with the camera to go check out all the details. There we go. There's a car. Finally, we have a car. Okay, it is clearly a hatchback, but we all kind of knew that, right? I don't think that was Rutledge driving. Just a guess. Is the driver going to get out? I'm curious. Was that Tanner? Everybody's applauding, so it's super loud right now. Just putting that down. We do, by the way, have official imagery, video, all that stuff. We're going to show it as soon as we get done with this live stream portion. Nick is on the scene live streaming for us. This is actually happening right now in Long Beach. And if you don't hear the specifications, don't worry. I got 15 pages of them right here. We're going to cover that as soon as we're done with their talky bit.
Everyday drivers desire. We even spent an extra year working on it, testing it and tweaking it until we got the performance just right. It's powered by the turbocharged G16E 3-cylinder. Yes, I said 3-cylinder.
3 cylinders with 300 horsepower. Who would have thought? What a crazy world we're in, right? 300 horsepower from a 3-liter? That's 100 horsepower per liter? I know that's easy math. At 273 pound-feet? Oof.
Per cylinder is impressive. The drivetrain is the famed GR4 all-wheel drive system that was developed for the GR Yaris and is also used in the WRC model.
I don't know, maybe I could just pop start into the specifications now because it's officially been unveiled and we're past our embargo time. If you want me to just cut ahead and start telling you all this stuff about it, let me know. If you want to continue to listen to this guy, let me know.
There's only one, and it's not an automatic. This baby only comes with a 6-speed manual. So,
did you hear that? 6-speed manual only.
So you can throw your own to your heart's desire. It's built on a highly rigid, reinforced unibody that's specifically made for GR Corolla. The broad hatch profile is accentuated by wide fenders for an attack-ready stance.
So have you been waiting for a hatchback STI? I think this is maybe what you've been waiting for.
Sport-tuned suspension rides on 18-inch wheels paired with impressive 14-inch slotted rotors with 4-piston calipers.
We'll give him another couple seconds here,
11-inch rotors with 2 pistons.
and then we'll get into my details.
White, black, and supersonic red. Now on the inside, a race-inspired 12.3-inch digital display has a high-visibility gaze cluster. Seating for 5, the GR logo sport fabric seats, and since it's a hatch, there's plenty of cabin, with rear seats that fold down, creating just enough space for a full.
Does anybody care about the rear seat space on this thing? I mean, really, right? Oh, and that new 8-inch multimedia system is the same exact one that is in Tundra, the Lexus NX, the Solterra. It's basically Toyota's brand new system, which was actually developed down out of Plano, Texas. So it's a homegrown version. Also, you'll notice that they have Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which actually is a pretty good version of their software. Okay. Can I start? I think I'm gonna pop away from what's going here. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything. So Nick, are you gonna have a car to look at here in a second? Oh, there's another car. Okay, good thing I didn't pop away. We have a silver one doing donuts. Nice. Anybody prone to seizures? That's a lot of flashing. Okay, are we done? Are we done with this bit? Come on, I got details to cover here. Oh yeah, they have a special circuit edition too. So they're coming out with 2 versions. The first one is the standard, and then there's the circuit. The circuit, I'll let him tell you.
Over the top, everything but the kitchen sink, core model, and this extra spicy limited circuit edition.
Did he just say extra spicy?
The circuit edition features a forged carbon fiber roof.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and let him play. Let's go through the specifications here, okay? So as you know, it is a 1.6-liter 3-cylinder, and it is the same motor out of the Yaris, the GR Yaris. Let's see. It is the G16E GTS turbocharged direct port injected 3-cylinder engine. It produces 300 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. I do have photos, by the way. As soon as they're done here, I can cut to photos and also show you some driving footage as well. But just in case there's anything happening there, I figure we'll run through some of these details. Now, one thing that's interesting here is the all-wheel drive system. They say that it's the new rally-developed GR4 GR-FOUR all-wheel drive drivetrain. It gives you a choice, a driver-selectable choice of 60% to the front, 40 to the back, 50-50, or 30 to the front and 70 to the back. I don't know how they're going to do this, if it's going to be a dial or push buttons, but that is something we can look forward to. Clearly, when they came out and did their donuts, that was, you know, the rear bias setup, most likely. There's 2 grades, Core, C-O-R-E, and then Circuit Edition. The Core is going to be available later this year. It's in white, blacks, and red. It will have a color-keyed roof with a rear lip spoiler, GR4 stamped side rockers, and wide fender flares. Circuit Edition will be a limited run. Standard colors are white, red, heavy metal, and also gets a special Bryn Nobe suede trim sport seats with red accents. Let's see. What else do we have there? I got tons of stuff, so let me just kind of wade through this. TSS, okay, blah, 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 blah. GR4 system, let's dive into that a little bit more. They claim that it was developed through their World Rally team development program. Let's see. So you can dial, we already talked about 60-40, 30-70, 50-50. You can do whatever selection you want there. The Circuit Edition also gets a front and rear Torsen limited slip differential. Which enhances cornering and grip for left and right torque distribution. The front and rear LSD will also be available as part of a performance package if you get a Core. This standard setup is all-wheel drive with open differentials. That is, of course, very important depending on how you want to drive. The engine, let's talk about that real briefly. It does have a 3-piece muffler with a valve capped off with brushed stainless steel tips. This design reduces exhaust pressure and outside noise. Make sure nothing's happening. Oh, we just have Rutledge on the stage. Okay. So they say that it includes multi-oil jet piston cooling in the engine, large diameter exhaust valves, and a part-machined intake port. It displaces 1,618 cubic centimeters, and it produces a maximum power, which we already know, of 300 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. It is a compact and lightweight DOHC 12 valve. It has a single scroll ball bearing turbo. I kind of would have expected a dual scroll. Like how much? Like what's? Like do you like shift first gear and go wait? Oh my mercy! I mean, I'm kind of curious. How is this thing gonna drive? That's probably a lot of torque real quick. Let's see. They have the 6-speed manual transmission does have rev matching. It doesn't say whether or not you can turn that off. Okay, moving along. This is based on the GAC platform. It uses McPherson struts up front, and I'm assuming it's multi-links in the back. Double wishbone multi-link. Yep. Okay, then the tires. Let's talk tires. The tires are, the wheelbase is 103.9 inches long. It wears Michelin Pilot Sport 4s in a, for you wheel guys, here's the numbers. It is wearing a 235/40 R18. Oh, it doesn't tell me the width. Okay. It comes equipped with it, and the wheels are an 18-inch gloss black 15 spoke. Okay. Braking. Fixed caliber disc brakes with 14 by 1.1 inch ventilated and slotted rotors with 4 piston aluminum calipers on both grades. So you don't have to get the circuit to get that. Although the circuit edition will paint the calipers red and put the GR logo on it. The rear on both of them is an 11.7 by 0.7 inch ventilated rotor with a 2-pot setup. Okay. Moving along. It's lightweight and aerodynamic. Moving along. Wait, they don't actually have the weight here. They just say it's lightweight. They used aluminum in the hood. The roof is made of forged carbon sheet molded compound. Okay. They really tried to make this thing light. Hopefully it is super light. Hopefully we can get to some numbers here on that. It has large fender flares. Okay, we can move along on that. The interior does use it's a full TFT meter, and it has a 12.3-inch multi-informational display, which is, as I mentioned earlier, the brand new one that Toyota developed out of their Plano office. I believe it's, did I hear it was running on Android? I think it's running on Android as the back end, but you don't actually see that at all. Or is it Linux? Oh, I think I mentioned it in my Lexus NX video. So watch my Lexus NX video if you want to learn more about the multi-information display. It does have a GR meter with a 4-wheel drive mode, turbo pressure gauges, and gear position indicator in the multi-information display. Oh, wait, the multi-information display, that's actually the gauge cluster. Sorry. Anyway, point being, you have the digital gauge cluster, and then you also have their new infotainment system. Sometimes these press releases, they use way too much flowery language. It's like, get to the point. I would have rewritten this, sorry, but I was out at our test hill all day redoing one of the courses. My shoulders are killing me. Anyway, leather trimmed sports steering wheel. Okay, who cares about that? Blah, 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 blah. 8-inch. Okay, so the audio multimedia system will be an 8-inch touchscreen. So the 12 inch is the multi-information display, and the infotainment is an 8-inch. And yes, you can use terms like "Hey Toyota." Interesting thing is that the system that they use is actually based on the the display that they use is the system. It'll do freeform text search. If you want to ask how old Britney Spears is, it will tell you. It basically does web lookups. The downside with that is if you go off grid, it's not going to do anything for you. But for a vehicle like the GR Corolla, that doesn't really matter. Of course, it has 4G Wi-Fi. Audio, anybody interested in audio? It comes, the Circuit Edition comes with JBL speakers and amp, because of course that's Toyota's premium audio partner. Core comes with a 6-speaker system. It's not JBL branded. Of course, they all have Apple CarPlay, and they should have wireless CarPlay too, because that is supported on that new head unit. Does not explicitly stated here though, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's get into some preliminary specifications. There's 3 packages available if you get a Core. This is like Nick's going to the club here. Let me ask Nick what's going on here, Nick. Hey, Nick, what's going on now? You're going to walk over and find a car?
Yeah, so we're just walking over now. So
okay, cool. I want to see under the hood if we can.
I don't know if you caught who was driving.
Yeah, who is driving?
Ryan Turk and Ken Gucci.
Oh, should have known. Turk and Gucci. Because, of course, it's Formula Drift this weekend down in Long Beach. So everybody's there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, get us some walkarounds. And if anybody sees anything they really want us to see in there, yes, I do have better pictures, but we're going to enjoy this live stuff first. Nice angle there, Nick. See if you can get under the hood. See if the car is unlocked. Just help yourself. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Let me give it a minute. Let me let people do their thing for a second.
Oh, be nice. That's fine. Okay, so the length of the car is 173.5 inches. The width is 72.9. The wheel, seating, it seats 5. Oh, here's the weight. I know one of my viewers wanted to know the weight. Wow. Anybody want to guess the weight on this thing? It's impressive. 3,249 pounds. That's pretty good. The 300 horsepower hits at 6,500 RPM. The 273 pound-feet of torque hits between 3,000 and 5,550 RPM. I have the gear ratios here. I don't think anybody cares about those right now, though. You can look those up online, I'm sure. And then we, of course, went over the brakes. So that's good. Pricing is not yet announced. Says so right there. Sorry, you can't see that. But I am guessing it probably will between, I think that, guessing around 35 to 42 is probably pretty safe. For those of you just joining, this thing puts out 300 horsepower.
You're good.
STI who? I mean, the funny thing is that the STI actually has always put out over 300 horsepower. So in a way, this is kind of catching up with the STI. Although the STI, you've only been able to get as a sedan. This one is clearly, I'm going to go turn your audio down there, Nick. So I won't be able to hear you, but you can hear me still. Oh, and this is going to be built at the same factory where the LFA is built in Japan. So I'm not expecting a super high volume of these to be produced, although it doesn't say anything. Hey, Nick, did you find out any? Oh, look, there's Alex on autos. Who else do we have here? Is that Sofiane over there?
Where's he at? He is here, yes. I don't know where he's at.
Grab somebody who's not on camera and ask him what they think. Find Kamisa. He'll talk for like 20 minutes.
We'll hear him with my AirPod. We'll give it a shot.
Okay.
I'll take you off my AirPod. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, it's good. I'll turn your volume down, and we'll see. I mean, it doesn't have to be Jason. Just find somebody. See what you think. Okay, so I still have photos. Sorry, I haven't shown them yet because we still have a live feed working from the... Well, now we don't. Okay, that live feed is looking pretty awful. Does anybody want to see some real footage? Nick, while you're riding the struggle bus there, I'm gonna go ahead and pop up some I think some regular footage here. We're gonna go ahead and keep that rolling in the background. So first off, we have a bunch of photos. We don't really want to see the factory. There is what under the hood looks like. Okay, it's probably not too surprising. I mean, I gotta say, that thing looks pretty tight. I like it. Those wide fenders. Oh, look at that. The vents. I assume the vents are functional. Nick, can you check to see if the vents are functional? I don't know if he can hear us now that he took his earpods out.
Say that again?
Can you find out if those front vents are pass-through? I assume they are. Oh, so there's the, what were they calling, forged carbon for the hood, the roof.
Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you, yeah.
So they are on the regular edition, on the circuit edition.
Yeah.
Let's see. They climb in here real quick.
I would assume the circuit edition, definitely they're passed through. The question is, oh, let's see, what do you got?
I don't see it pass through on here.
Really? Oh, interesting. And that's on the circuit edition, huh? Maybe it's, maybe that's engine. Is there a radiator down there, maybe? Huh, interesting.
I think it goes up.
It goes up? Okay, yeah, so that feeds other parts. It's not just for tire dynamics.
The vent's right here.
Okay, so the vent comes out a little higher. Okay, that's cool. I mean, dude, engineers, they know what's up. Show us some of those seats, too, if you could.
Here's Sophia.
He's busy. Don't interrupt him. He's got his rock star moment. Sophian from Redline Reviews. That roof looks crazy.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, look at that. Forged carbon. Nice. Show us the underside. Can you show us the underside of the vehicle? I want to see if there's any aero parts under there.
See what I can do.
There's not a spare tire in there, is there?
Oh, it's a repair kit.
Yeah, that's I figured. For weight, a lot of manufacturers are getting rid of the spare tires. Greg is asking. Okay, there's the underside. Oh, yeah, that looks like it has a lot of covers. Greg is asking to see the second row, what it looks like.
What was he asking?
The second row. He'd like to see the second row, please. I mean, excellent. You can make the Corolla hatchback look better than this for $5,000, but it won't have all-wheel drive. It won't have this engine. It won't have carbon roof. So, I mean, if you want to look the part, fine. But this looks like it is the real thing. So, I mean, if you just want to look cool, fine. I mean, if that's all you want to do not buy this car. Let somebody who actually wants to, like, do performance driving buy this car, because I'm sure they will be limited. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody want to see anything else here before we cut to video clips and photos and all that kind of stuff? Let me know if you want to see anything else. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I think this is pretty good. How many of you currently own Subarus and are going to trade it in on one of these? Who would have thought a Corolla, a badass Corolla in 2022? Is it a really weird year or what? For all the bad in the world, we got a sweet Corolla. Yeah, Alex is asking to see under the hood. Can you just kind of ask somebody to pop the hood there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go take Elm real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Once you do, people are going to probably swamp it. Oh, driver's seat? Jump on in. Let's see that POV. Oh, your signal is sucking. Signal is not working well. Okay, we're going to jump to photos in just a second here. When you get into the under the hood, make sure you hold the shot for a few moments because we're having some jumpiness with the signal. Okay, there we go. Now hold the shot for a really long time. See if you can find where the turbo is. I'm curious if the turbo's in a hot spot or if it's in a cold spot. Oh boy, that signal is not happy.
Hey, one sec, Ryan.
Yep. Hey, you're vertical. What do you think this is, TikTok? Okay, that's good. See if you can find where the turbo is.
Where the turbo is?
Is it behind the cylinders?
I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's probably back there where that heat shield.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think, let me just check comments here to make sure. Somebody wants to see what the ground weight sticker looks like. The one that's on the door jamb. Now, these are pre-production. They may not have the stickers. So, Nick, go find that sticker and tell us what it says because we may not be able to read it, but show it on camera too, just in case we can. Yeah, I assume the turbo was behind it, but I was hoping we could see that, but.
Not thinking it has it there, Ryan.
Okay.
Nothing on there. Doesn't say weight on here.
Okay. Yeah, they don't have the numbers on that car. It's a pre-production, probably built by hand. Okay. Let me just double check here. Dude, actually, for those who are curious about the signal, there's several hundred journalists in this facility. They're all using Wi-Fi right now, probably. And I think it's just the Wi-Fi spectrum is just packed. Hey, there's everybody. Boy, that's a genuine super spreader event going on there. That's a lot of people. Glad I'm safe in my office. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up. Nick, thank you so much for the live down there. I'm going to go ahead back to the studio here, and I'm going to show some photos. I think we can see these better in the photos. The photos cover all the angles of the vehicle. Actually, it's interesting. Hey, Nick, are those wings different between the core and the circuit?
Say that one more time.
Are the wings different between the two vehicles?
Yes, very.
Show us the wings up close.
Look at the size of it.
Okay. Oh, that's a stubby little guy. Okay, and the other one? Oh, yeah. I mean, clearly, that's much bigger. Well, I think I know which one I would get.
Hey, I'm gonna place an order for one.
Yeah, go ahead. That'll you just get that. That'll be your commuter.
Hey, it's gonna have to be. It's gonna be expensive enough.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, I'm going to say goodbye to you for right now, and I am going to go to the photo deck. Enjoy the evening. Have a old-fashioned for me.
Old-fashioned. I'll try.
Thanks.
All
Okay.
right.
See ya. Okay, so that was Nick. I do have photos, and actually I have video too. So let me punch up one of the videos. I've got a couple of them here where we can see this car actually moving, which is always more exciting than just being parked. So this first video is the circuit edition. I'm just kind of doing the, there we go. Now there's no audio with these, so you're not missing any audio. These are B-roll packages that they sent. I'm gonna go ahead and take my shot off the screen here so you can see the whole thing, but I am still with you. So this is the circuit edition, which is the limited edition version of the vehicle. It has a big wing, pricing and availability will be announced later this year. Both of them have a 300 horsepower 3-liter engine. This one comes with the limited slip differentials standard Torsons on the front and the back. With the core version, which is the lower end trim, lower end air quotes, the lower end version, you can get a performance pack that will add the Torsen limited slip differentials to the front and the back. I have to say, I'm pretty excited. I cannot wait for the press event on this one. Although that rear, I'm going to rewind this just a little bit here. That rear little detail, right here, if you can see my mouse, that just kind of looked like they just decided to make it a wide body, but the chassis itself was not quite a wide body. So that looks a little sloppy. Actually, anybody else getting vibes of Mazda 3 from a few years ago? That hatch actually really reminds me of a Mazda 3 a lot. I've seen a bunch of tuner Mazda 3. Friend of mine, Mackie, has one that he's done a ton of work to, and this kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Can you imagine going in, somebody's like, dude, what's your car? And you're like, I got a Corolla. Like, really? Like, no, it's a badass Corolla. Really? I don't know if people are going to do that. Okay, so the interior, it looks basically like a nicer version of the Corolla. Dual zone climate control there. That's good. Sometimes they kind of don't give us things like that. I like the leather on that steering wheel. That looks like they're higher quality stuff. Got that little dial down below. I wonder if that's for, we don't need my icons there. I wonder if the, okay. So that is the Circuit Edition. Let me go there. I got another video here to share with you guys. Let's do, this is a countdown, but it shows at least some action video, which is kind of cool. This is obviously a very produced piece. So it's not, yeah, there we go. Okay, GR Corolla. And I think I have one more here. Track footage. This one actually is a little bit longer, and it shows somebody tracking the car. Again, no audio on these. These are like news packages, so they're really just for us to be able to use and to talk about. So, yeah, there's you can see the car has very little lean in the corners, actually. Anybody identify this track? Is this Thunder Hill? No, wait. Maybe? It looks, the grass looks dead enough. Again, there's no audio on these packages. They just sent us this without audio. They apparently did not send an audio guy out. Boy, that's a little bumpy footage too. I don't know if I would have accepted that. Sorry, camera guy. Put a little background music here, I guess. I think that looks actually pretty good. What do you guys think? Does this look like the car that you wanted? Does this look amazing? Or does this all, is this going to be like STI who, or do you still want to see what the next STI looks like? Oh, that's a good shot right there. I like that. That's tight. Oh, it's one of those FPV drones. Those things are sweet. I wish we could hear it. I really wish we could hear it. Sorry, there's no audio. I do like that forged carbon roof looks really great from a distance. I'm a sucker for black roofs. Little camera note, you can tell that they did a lot of post-stabilization because there's a few effects still in the shot. But those are good. I like those shots. Those are cool. So if you want to get one of these, I would recommend contacting your Toyota dealer because, you know, the way things are, the world's weird right now. If you want one, you got to place an order in advance and then hope that you'll get one in, you know, in a year or so. This is not one I don't think we'd be able to just run down to the dealer and get. I'm back. But boy, this thing looks pretty cool. I have some photos too. Anybody want to see some photos? They're the full photo deck of the car. how much more track footage? Oh, we got rally footage. Okay, cool. I hadn't actually looked at this package yet. So Gazoo Racing, for those who don't know, they've actually been campaigning. I know they've been doing the GR86 in rally. They've been doing a Yaris as well. So I think what would be interesting is if they are going to field one of these in the US series, and who would drive it? I mean, there's a few aspiring, really, really, really good drivers who need faster hardware. And so, I mean, the talent pool is there, just whether or not they're going to come in with a factory option. Because, I mean, with a car like this, why wouldn't they? I mean, come on. This thing looks sick. I'd love to see this out on the stages. And we need more manufacturers involved. Although this year it's been great because Ken Block's racing a XWRC Hyundai now, and then we also have, is it Reeves who's in a? Wait, what's Reeves in? Boy, is he in a Ford? No, I don't even remember. I used to cover U.S. Rally Series all the time, but it's not. It's kind of more out of personal interest now than professional because obviously for driving sports TV, it's just not what we do all the time anymore. Anyway, here's some shots of the vehicle, those vents, wheels, top, so it has hood vents. These are functional. Everything is functional on this car, it appears. There's a nicer shot of that forged carbon. If we want to zoom in, see that? Oh, that looks pretty cool. Boy, if I had one of these, I would ask Larry Casilla, buddy of mine, what over at Ammo NYC, how do you take care of forged carbon? Does it scratch easy? I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of coating they put on it. Got a little embossed logo. Now, interesting, the new TRD Pro 4Runner that we just filmed, and we have a new review coming out this weekend, also went with an embossed TRD Pro on the side of the bed. So that seems to be a new Toyota thing. Corolla, tri-exhaust system. Now, it's kind of weird. Why are there 3 different shapes? Huh. Engine badge, interior. Oh, let's zoom in on that gauge cluster there. And then oh, that's pretty cool. So you can see here we have a digital gauge for the RPMs. We have a boost gauge on the left. And then on the right, we have a G meter. Clearly, we can, modify that as much as we want. I'm sure they have customization options. What else do we have here? I want to see how do we modify the oh, that's a seat warmer. Drive mode. I wonder if it's just drive modes. They might have done that where eco is most of your front wheel drive and sport is rear. Push. What is that? Is that the dial for the? I wish I knew what that dial did. Because they don't, their head unit doesn't use a dial, so that has to be a performance related thing. Why do we not have? Why is this not working? Is that it? No, we got more. Okay. Oh, right, because we're in full frame mode. I'm wondering if that plastic looks cheap in person. You just don't know. God, that shot right there, that looks like a Mazda 3. I mean, is anybody else seeing that? I kind of thought that the dial would be adjusting the torque split. I think it should, but I was kind of hoping just for an absolute confirmation. I mean, because, you can't assume too much on these things. Yes, we know it does donuts, and I do plan on doing some donuts. Okay, so here's finally some shots of the non-high-end version. So this is the core, which you can add. There's 3 packages you can add to this. Where's those packages? You can add a performance package that adds the front and rear Torsen limited slip differentials. You can add the technology package, which upgrades audio to the JBL system. It also adds Qi compatible wireless smartphone. And then there's smartphone charging. And then there's a cold weather package, which gives you heated front seats and a heated steering wheel. Does not appear to be heated rear seats, even as an option. I kind of like that whole aftermarket looking intercooler down there. I'm assuming that's the intercooler. I don't know. It could be anything. Who knows what they put down there? I'm assuming. That side profile is pretty good, but that cutoff in the back, right in front of the wheel, just looks a little lazy design-wise. Okay. But let's look at the bright side. They did not paint them black. I mean, because like, you know, wheel arches, everybody's doing black wheel arches. I just came from the BZ4X program, and I just had a full day of black wheel arches. Engine. Okay, so there's the engine in the core, and there's the engine in the circuit. Okay, and that is, I think, it for the live stream. Oh, yeah, for the person who says that the chat knows more than me, keep in mind, the chat is not one brain. It's everybody. And we know that we have lots of enthusiasts that watch our show. So I would expect the chat to know more than I would. But you also have to keep in mind that some of it may or may not be accurate. You know, I try to stick to things that are accurate. Let's get that microphone down a little bit there. Sorry. So I am going to go ahead and tap out for right now. We, of course, we do a lot of the Toyota long lead programs, so I expect that we'll get behind the wheel of one of these in a month or so. I don't know. I don't have an invite yet. They usually don't invite us till like 3 weeks before the event. It'll probably be at a racetrack, I would assume. I hope it is, and I hope they actually give me a helmet that fits, because just helmets, man. I hate filming with helmets because you always look dorky, but they're important. Yeah, so MSRP has not been announced yet. So for everybody who is posting in the comments that they absolutely know the MSRP, probably not, because typically they don't announce the MSRP because they're still not fixed on it yet. But I think around 40 grand is probably a good guess. So hey, and whoa. I got a super chat. Thanks, Kasan. That's awesome, man. I really appreciate it. So everybody, thank you for joining us on this live stream. I really appreciate it. I love the super chat. I don't ask for them, but I definitely appreciate them. I want to, thank you all for watching, and also not just watching this live stream, but for those of you who have watched driving sports over the last 15 years. I mean, we've only really put a ton of effort in the new generation. Well, we put a ton of effort in from 2007 through 2012. But in the last couple of years, we put a lot of effort into our channel. And I want to thank everybody who watches, because we now have over 250,000 subscribers. And your subscription counts on that channel. It counts on this channel. I love you guys. Thank you so much for Driving Sports TV. Whoa, it's another super chat. Thank you. That's awesome. From Canada. Again, thanks for watching. I'm Ryan Douthit. I'm going to go get some dinner, and we'll see you again here real soon.